What is up, ladies and gentlemen? We are back. It is your friends Next Level Official Podcast. I am Noob Face Games. Welcome aboard. What's up?
Is that it? Is that all you got?
I'm waiting for Palo to start.
I know. I'm waiting for my grand intro, and I got shit.
And ladies and gentlemen, also featuring the mighty Harry El Bello.
That was a little bit better.
I like it. That's some good stuff here, man. So
also featuring the Fast and Furious known as Speedy.
I'm kind of liking these intros here. So for those that don't know, gaming, entertainment news, anything that's out there on the board is free to talk. Drop a comment. We'll pull it up. We'll see what we all got going on. Pretty excited about this first topic.
Feel free to leave some comments as long as your name is not Brandon. We're watching you, bro. So first up, this is kind of good for all those people, who, let's just say, have like, PC and they want some games and they want to go ahead and find a cheaper way to, kind of get a nice collection started. There is a website that is called Humble Bundle. And what's really great about this website is they have a multitude of different games and genres that you can purchase for like at a very cheap price, and for adding a couple additional dollars, like maybe $5-10, you can also get more games. So one of the articles that we found is currently right now, and if you actually go to the Humble Bundle website, it's still up for 12 more days, 15 hours, 52 minutes, and counting down the seconds as we speak. You can get the Lego Humble Bundle. So as retail valued at $200, you can actually get around 7 games for just about $10. So for the first $1, let's just say I just want to give $1. That will give you the Lego Ninjago game. If you put in an additional $9.52, you can unlock 4 more games, which is Lego Worlds, Lego Marvel Superhero 2 Deluxe Edition, Lego Marvel Avengers, Lego Batman 2 DC Superheroes, and for $10, you can unlock the Lego DC Supervillains and the Lego Batman 3 Beyond Gotham Premium Edition in your collection. So
a whole lot of Lego.
Amongst all that list, why do you want to even be doing this? Like, is it good stuff? Do you enjoy it? What the heck?
Because you can't even go to the freaking Target to buy a little 12-pack of Legos for $10, let alone 20.
That's true. And, and that's why, it's really funny. But during the summer, Humble Bundle and it's not just the summertime, because we always have Steam Summer Sale, which is massive. It's huge. A lot of AAA titles go on sale for like 30% off, 50% off, 60% off. Greatest thing about Humble Bundle is there is pretty much anything for anyone. It doesn't matter if you're into puzzles or, first person shooters, or Legos, if you're looking for more kid game type deals, or if you're just a Lego fan in general, man, there is just about anything for anyone in Humble Bundle. So if you guys have not heard about Humble Bundle, do yourself a favor, click on the link, go and check it out, find yourself a bundle that works for you, and click that purchase button.
Well, I don't know that if he's telling y'all, but I mean, it's $10, so I might look at it. I mean, it's not free. But
Noob's very enthusiastic about this. This is not a paid content spot at all, even though that he went through like every iteration of that was out there. But it's just something fun, like the times that it is. A lot of gaming's going on. You spend some time out there. Get on there.
I bet you
can play with your kids. Was there. You got him. What was that?
I was saying this. I bet you Noob was there for Legoland here in San Antonio. He was there like day one. It's like pushing over his own kid to get to the Legos.
So, I'm not gonna lie. A long time ago, Steph and I had got the preview tickets to go see the Despicable Me, the very first one. Mm-hmm. And I was honestly really excited. And it was actually me and another friend, Anthony. We had both scored tickets, so we had met up to go see it. And I remember when we got to the theater, it was at Northwoods. There was like a huge line, but the funny thing was that it's me, Steph, and then my buddy's coming, and he's my age, and all of a sudden, there's no kid. There's no kid with this, it's not like we had a fucking excuse. So I'm literally looking around and I'm like, oh, this looks horrible, and I'm laughing at the same time because there's nothing but kids and they're so excited and they're all looking at me and they're looking like
kid.
Yeah, they're like, where's your kid at? You don't have a kid. And I'm like, no, bro, I'm the kid. Like, I fucking love animation movies, And
like, you're not Benjamin Button.
Yeah. And it was so funny, dude. I'll never forget that. But it was, I love animation movies, and it was just, they're fucking awesome, man. So it's good stuff.
So big topic for the week. I know you wanted to start off with this one, but we wanted to tickle y'all's fancy a little bit. For those that don't know what's going on, Mortal Kombat dropped this Friday. On HBO Max and in the theaters. If you're here, did you go see it? Did you go watch it? Did you like it? Love it? Palo didn't run out. Yeah, watched it at home. Palo ain't go nowhere. Not until I get that second shot.
Palo was the first one to ask us if we were gonna watch it.
Because I need the yin and yang of you two assholes about the movie before I'm gonna actually watch it. I need some expectations.
It's Mortal Kombat.
Hi, Sandy.
Sandy, did you watch it?
Hey, Sandy, how's it going? So, I want to give everybody a chance to give their equal, outlook on the movie. Speedy, what did you think, man? From beginning to end, you tell me.
Well, if you're going with Speedy first, that's going to be a dump fest. Where's the notepad? Where's the fucking notepad?
Dude, I did not take out the notepad for this. It's all in the mind right here. Big deal here. It's almost a hard pass for me, to watch this again. I thought it started out well. Okay, let's look at Mortal Kombat movies in general, man. They've always been corny, right? It's just like the special effects are not on par with some of the other things. Like, if you compare this to other successful franchises and movies that have been based off games, it's they're far apart, right? Like Resident Evil movies are at least a little bit better in the special effects department than Mortal Kombat, and you don't even need a lot,
right? Let's be honest. Has any game movie ever really done very well? The only thing I can think of is maybe
Blade.
Sonic. Blade
wasn't Blade. Yeah,
Blade wasn't a game. I'm talking a game that was made into a movie, like Resident Evil.
I got you.
Silent Hill.
I'm curious to ask Speedy this question really quick. So before you saw the movie, right? We had all this hype building up to it. What did you want from the movie? And something like, what was it that you were looking forward to that you were hoping was done right? And not just the movie as a whole, but anything in particular that you were thinking about?
Well, okay, just from the fact that, this went through HBO Max to kind of get that launch that it's on two fronts, I was expecting a bit more quality when it came to the script itself. So, when we're talking about you can talk about special effects, and you can talk about all those things, but the script itself, if it's not worthwhile, you can't do that with any strong actor. I've just seen, what was the Ralph Palo? What was the I know I gave away your secret identity. What was the Bruce Willis movie that just came out? Cosmic.
That's something? Your name. Just kidding.
and you can have a dude, that was loud. You can have a decent sized actor with it, but if the script's still crap, it's still crap. And that's what I felt this movie was. The story, it started out well. It had the feudal Japan kind of mindset around it, Last Ronin kind of feel to it, and then it just went straight down there. Trying to mix in martial arts. Everything is tumbled down the road.
Think about it, you guys. If we're talking about all the movies that are coming out, a lot of the movies that are doing well are typically remakes, but how we've talked about in the past, where we're not getting a lot of the a really good original content. Do we just need to tell everybody, hey, you need to fire all your writers, and we need some new writers?
So, I'll give you my take, and I find it kind of funny just because there was right on HBO Max, there was a thing that let me watch the first 7 minutes of the movie, right? The day before, and I was really excited, so I watched it. Then the movie came out. Wifey and I took a look at it. We started watching it, and it was kind of funny, because in the grand scheme of things, I kind of felt that first 7 minutes was like the best 7 minutes of the in the very, very, very beginning, right?
They gave it away.
Because Speedy,
and you know why? They weren't talking in English either for those first 7 minutes.
But the funny thing is Speedy was right. There was a really good moment at which the movie kind of captures the time period, and everything that went into that portion of the movie just gelled so well. Like, it was so well done. And I was hoping that movie was going to carry that same momentum. But what happened is it started introducing characters and it started trying to mesh these characters and then introducing the plot, which was, to me personally, the plot literally destroyed everything. Because if I can't, even in a fictional realm, if I can't take the plot somewhat serious, then I can't take fucking nobody serious, right? And the only time I honestly got into the movie was when either Sub-Zero appeared or Scorpion appeared, because it just felt to me like those characters were honestly like they had more invested in them. That's all that I got. I didn't feel like they invested in any other characters as much.
It just kind of showed up and that was it. They just kind of popped on the screen and that was it.
Yeah. I mean, it was really cool to see the characters, and I will give it that it was definitely a lot better than per se a 90s version. But I mean, look, man, they've had all this time. I have to side with Speedy in saying that I would have expected a lot more, especially from the writing. I definitely expected a lot more. It's not something that I will it's not going to be on my top 5 list where I'm going to be like watching it all the time. If somebody was like, oh, I haven't seen it yet, I can get through it. I could get through watching it again, but it's not something I just do all the time. It's not like a favorite movie of mine, like The Crow or like Ready Player One.
Honestly, dude, I'd be like, go watch it at home. Like, it's not even worth. It's not.
Yes.
It's not worth another, 120, 150 minute runtime, whatever it was. They rush into the characters. They try to use the old adage of having the one funny guy, which was Kano. And like we kind of talked about this earlier, he was a little bit overboard, and it was funny. The shtick was funny the first couple of times, but then it just got really old.
It got really obnoxious towards the end.
And then it was like to beef it up or adult
it was just repetitive.
Yeah, to beef it up and adult it was just like cursing here and there. And I'm like, I'm all for R-rated and everything, but it was just like, wasn't even needed. And it was just, I was just kind of taken back from it. I just wasn't excited as I was when I first heard that movie was coming out. Like, I feel like they spent all the special budget film on Sub-Zero. Like, 99.9%. Everything you see in every trailer is Sub-Zero. Like, and all that shit looked amazing. Like, Sub-Zero is one of my favorite characters, both Sub-Zero and Scorpion. And like, they spent all that cash on him. And then like, they're like, hey, what are we gonna do for the face mask? They're like, here, stick this paper mask on top of him. This junky cardboard one. Like, it's just, I was just disappointed in like how bad the acting was. Like, there was a scene where Goro's coming out and he was telling the wife and kid, like, hey, go into the house. And then from another fact, like, their age range, like, it looked like she was way older than him and the daughter was way too old. Like, he must have had her like at the age of 14. Like, it was just really like, it was just didn't, like, everything was off for me. Everything. And then the fact that he's like, go to the house, run, and him Goro busting through like a garage or a barn.
Yeah, Steph thought that was his sister.
And, so that's his wife, man. I'm like, that's his wife. I'm
it's
like,
so funny. So do you know? So do you know? Do you know the guy where he came from? Because I saw him and I was like, where is this guy from? I was like, I know Cole is from somewhere. I couldn't place it. And then Stephanie nailed it. And I was like, that's where he's from.
Where's he from?
He's from Den of Thieves. He was the security guy that was checking in Ice Cube's son. You don't remember Den of Thieves?
Oh, yeah, no, I have seen it. I don't remember.
Where he's checking in the security guy, and the security guy's, hey, you didn't check in. You didn't sign your name. And he's like, what? I thought I did. He's bringing the Chinese food. It's him. And I was like, oh, that's so crazy. I knew it was him. So good for that guy to get that kind of lead role, to kind of get out there, because I just seen him as a security guy in another movie and stuff. But it's, like I said, man, I'm hoping they do a second one, and I am hoping they refine it.
They have been talking about. They were already talking about doing a second one already.
I mean, they left it open to do a second one. I'm not sure.
Because the whole
spin out and
I don't want to go spoiler alert. Yeah,
you guys already spoiled a lot of it. I mean, just.
I mean, did we really spoil it? Like, it's the same script 3 times in a row. You know, they fight them, they win. Like, Raiden has like the creepiest white eyes that I could do in our own video editing. Like, next time we do a podcast, I'm gonna make Noob's eyes creepy white glowy for the whole fucking thing. Like,
just get him another.
I wanted to see some electricity.
What you need to do is just give him another glass of liqueur or whatever he's drinking.
I would have been happy if they'd have brought back who was the original Raiden? I would have been happy if they'd have brought him back.
Highlander himself.
The Highlander, yeah, McLeod. I was like Christopher
wow.
Christopher Lambert.
Bring him out of retirement.
He's like,
just off that costume.
Shit, I would have had the guy from Big Trouble in Little China come out. It would have been better. That dude was better. That dude was better. Remember him?
So
in
one
Big
thing,
Trouble in Little China. Right,
oh,
that lightning bolt?
Yes.
Yeah.
One thing I was really disappointed with, and I'm not gonna lie, kind of irked me, and it really wasn't a big deal, but it was something I noticed and I wish would have been different, was Sub-Zero and Scorpion's mask. I honestly, in the original Mortal Kombat, I love how fitted the masks were on the original characters, because it's how it was in the game, and I love that look. This one, I just felt like it was like some kind of like charm or just some kind of like thing, and it really didn't hug their face to give them that profile. It was like super loose. I just didn't like it. I personally didn't fucking like it.
It reminded me of the Ninja Turtles from like the 90s with Shredder.
Oh, yes. Yes.
That's what it reminded me of. Literally.
Dude, I bet you the costume designers just like went into like the back closet, and they're like, well,
they're like, what can I order from this magazine really quickly, guys? Get here by Monday. This one's on Amazon. It's got 2 stars. You can get it here by Friday. Like, I literally like.
Let me get the Finger Hut magazine and see what I can order from there.
We're just gonna taper it in, and we're just gonna leave it like low, just to be a little loose right here.
There you go.
I'm gonna fight you.
And it's
to me, I was all kinds of disappointed. I could have used that time doing a lot of other things. So HBO Max, not the greatest release, but you did well with the Justice League, so we'll give you a pass on this.
I mean,
we'll
give you for those people who are just kind of curious about Mortal Kombat, don't our word.
Would you say would you say at least that it's an entertaining movie, or is it like it's obviously not like I'm going to be following this movie?
Nah,
it's an entertaining movie you can watch one time. After the first time, I think you're definitely going to have some.
I mean, I'm trying to polish
stronger opinions.
Between you two strong opinions, I'm trying to polish a turd here, but
I don't know why you would be doing that.
Knowing what it was about, yeah, I'd watch it once.
You watch it once.
Would I watch it?
That was
it.
Would
I watch it again? No.
Okay.
Not unless my kiddo begs me to do it, and I know he didn't even want to watch it the first time. So I'm good to go on that.
Did you at least show him the old, Mortal Kombat movies? At least the first one.
He doesn't sit very well through movies.
That's right.
So he's just too active for that. But talking about the new front movies that we hadn't talked about. Throw this out there. Thunder Force on Netflix released a couple of weeks ago. I know Noob saw it. What'd you think?
That's funny. That was funny.
I thought it was funny.
Jason Bateman, as we're talking, the Crabman was undoubtedly the best character. Man, something about him as a whole, and just as an actor in general. I mean, from Ozarks to a drama role to comedic role, he just has a great on-screen presence. And personally, I just kind of think he really gives life to the movies, man. And I thought he was fucking funny. I just fucking thought he was so funny in that movie.
Did. He was great. Like I loved him in Arrested Development. My all-time, one of my favorite characters, and in the fact that like he was in this. For those that haven't seen this, Thunder Force is set up in a world where like people have these special powers, so they can become like
they're called they're miscreants. They're called miscreants.
So instead of like using your special powers for good, they all use them for bad. There's only so many of them that do
That would be
this.
noob.
And so one of the characters' parents are killed by it, so she's on her lifelong way to help fix that, and so she creates these injectable serums, and basically one of them gets shot up by Melissa McCarthy, who's the total mess up, and then Octavia Spencer, who's like the straight and arrow, the scientist and everything, built this massive business, gets the other half of it, and it's just a comedy of sorts going through this. And Jason Bateman is one of the miscreants. He's called the Crab, and he literally has crab for arms. It's the most ridiculous thing, but it's funny. So if you're looking for, a couple hours to kill, I would recommend this movie over Mortal Kombat by any means.
I don't know how good or bad that is, but I haven't still watched it.
You wouldn't know because you don't watch movies.
It's supposed to be a movie guy.
I know.
You're like the worst movie guy ever. It's like, hey man, it's like, hey
let's
man,
just Star Trek. I'm not gonna watch it. Okay, let's just put that out there. Let's just Star Trek. I'm not gonna watch it.
You need to have Star Trek tattooed on your ass.
Boldly go.
I recommend it. It's one of those fun movies you could just watch and laugh at. It's not something super serious. Not like some amazing superhero movie, but it's just like it knows it's not, and it kind of filters between that, tries to wrap it in a heartfelt story, which I'm like, meh. But Jason Bateman portion, like with Melissa McCarthy, is hilarious, and that's well worth the time if you're looking for something to watch on Netflix.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah, definitely a good comedy.
These guys haven't watched another one, Synchrony. Was it Synchronic? If you guys have seen it, drop a comment. Let us know if you liked it or not. We're not going to go too much into that one, but we'll see if we can get these two to watch it at some point in time.
One day.
Hey, look at that! And she said she enjoyed it. My mom.
All right, enjoyed the movie. Which one? The Thunder Force.
Thunder Force. She saw it. So
Thunder Force was well done. I really had a good time with that movie. It really played on like the old school Meteor Man, those I don't know how what just those good comedy movies, they were it just plays on that really well. But what else do we have coming up?
So switching gears, I'll throw this one up for noob here. Sony files for a patent pretty soon that will help you play your games, but more likely judge you on how bad you play Halo.
No, I don't need a fucking AI.
You don't need us anymore. You don't need us to tell you how bad you are.
Well, at least if they give me criticism, it won't be so fucking salty and sassy. I don't need the two fucking S's.
Wow, man, there's a lot of F's in that, like sins that you.
You know what'll happen.
I say something else, but your mom's watching, so
you know what'll happen, Speedy. This is what'll happen. This is what'll happen.
Here we go.
I can just imagine
saltiness.
I can just imagine AI playing for Ralph, and the AI turns around and asks him, "How fucking bad can you possibly be?" I see why your friends are the way they are. I see why your friends are the way they are.
It's not hate. It's not hate, people. These two guys, they don't hate me. They just hate how I play.
Hey, if I gotta tell my little one not to get all crazy, I just like if Halo's the last one alive, I'm just like, all right, we got next round. That's how I think about it now.
That's so fucked up.
No. We should have a series called "We'll Get Him Next Round" and just have Ralph clips the entire fucking time, man.
The clip does be like
Halo plays, man.
Halo plays.
The Halo plays.
Hey, if people are watching, if they're watching me,
comment.
Oh, I want to see that. Because they're gonna go for the entertainment. They're not gonna be for you two being all serious and hardcore. I'm on a fucking army. Let's do this shit. Like, dude, calm down. It's a fucking game, bro. It's a fucking game.
But so I mean, just to kind of see what's out there. Like, it's interesting. Sony takes this way of doing things, and they go out there and they file all these patents on these crazy ideas. So it's just really interesting to see what they're gonna develop. We know on the new system, it'll actually show you and like how long it'll take you to complete certain sections of the game, and if you picked up certain things or not, it will tell you where you've missed stuff. So it's kind of like, remember back in the day when you had to have the Nintendo Power or the Game Informer or whatever it was, the EGM Monthly or whatever it was, had to have that to tell us where all the map stuff was. And
man.
The Game Books, man.
Yeah, the Game Books, man. This will help you do it. So it's kind of interesting to see this play on it.
It kind of reminds me like when you like it was like Need for Speed or something like that, and you would run the track and it would show you like your last lap, and it would be ghosting it, kind of something like that. So
I think it's kind of interesting.
As long as it's not a salty bitch like you have to, then I should be fine.
Well,
come down.
It says instead they can turn on automated mode to simulate the gameplay of the person so that their online presence is maintained. So it fucking mimics your shit. Oh my god! Man.
Like, can I get it to mimic Noob, and he's just gonna be there, fucking staring at me.
Why would you want this? Why would you want this? Unless you're like grinding out something like in Destiny.
It's the main thing
to do it, right? Like let it grind for you.
Man thing? Did you say it's a man thing?
Whatever you.
That's what Noob said. That's what I'm saying. Like,
don't fucking get me in this. I didn't see shit. I'm looking at you.
Well, after this podcast, I'm gonna need it because I'm letting go of Speedy and Noob, and that AI is gonna be a lot better friend than these two assholes.
Just give it time. Get the AI time to get to know you.
Again?
They're like, what happened? Tesla's drive better than this. Like, what's going on?
That's not right. That's not right.
You're gonna have all kinds of automation in your life, man. You're gonna have a Tesla driving for you. You're gonna have an AI gaming for you. I mean, like,
it'll be better.
There.
What else are you gonna have automated doing for you?
Wow.
If I get the money for it, maybe if it's free.
So we also have something that was noted was a mystery account seems to tease for a Metal Gear Solid 2 remake.
Haven't been they like dingling that in front of everybody for like the longest?
I don't know about that fucking word. First off,
interesting choice of word there.
Hey, I'm trying to get rid of. It's better than us trying to say juice nuggets all the time. It's kind of lost all its meaning. I gotta give a little dingle dangle out there,
Dingling.
I would not concur with that statement there at all.
So we have Metal Gear Solid 2 first made its debut back in 2001. And apparently Tom Olsen on Twitter put a comment out there that something may be happening towards Metal Gear Solid 2. I mean, how do you guys feel about a Metal Gear 2 remake, if that is possible, or if that is something that is coming out here? I'm a huge Metal Gear Solid fan, so
of course you are.
I don't care.
I'm a metalhead too.
I'm a metalhead.
I love the game. I would not mind playing a much updated version of it. Let's say like for the series, X kind of remake, if we're going to be talking about that kind of level of upgrades. But I also want some variety with it too. Like, I don't want it to be the same game that I just played previously. I say that having bought the Nintendo version, what have we been playing on Nintendo with the Bowser's Castle or whatever it was, Bowser's Fury.
Bowser's Fury, the Super Mario World remake.
Yeah, and I've been enjoying that Mario 3D.
Which my son deleted my game. Thanks, man. I still love you, bud.
I love the story because every time I go over to his house,
because I asked him to.
His kiddo is always deleting his stuff, and I just see like the pent up rage in him. And he's like, and he always tells me, he's like, hey, I shouldn't have pressed X, and I'm like, did Daddy tell you that? Did he? What else did Daddy tell you? Like, you can come with me if you
all
need
this
some
time
help.
You still haven't learned, man.
I was like, you're learning lessons that I learned with him like 20 years ago.
The funny thing is, man, is like that's why I have dubbed the Switch and the PlayStation his. Like, I ask him for permission. Can Daddy play on it, please? you know, because
You
it's
know
in the
that
living
you're the
room.
parent, right?
So I'm like, hey, can daddy play your system? Okay. Why? Because if I get invested into a game, I have to say that game like 20 times, right? So I just finally told Steph, I was like, you know what, love? I was like, look, he has the Switch. He has to play. I'm just going to wait for the 5. I'm going to wait for the new Switch, and I'm just going to put that shit in my studio and problem solve.
You don't mess with Noob and his games. Not even his
Problem
son,
solved.
his wife, nobody.
We had talked about this years ago. She was like, she's like, I can only imagine if he likes playing games and what are we going to do? I said, it's easy. He's going to have his own and daddy's going to have his own and he's going to have, he'll eventually have his own stuff that he can play with. And because he loves playing this Minecraft.
Noob has to be the best of the best.
No, man, I'm talking about saving games, bro.
He's like, daddy will give you the leftovers. Daddy will give you the leftovers.
Yeah, I'm like, just it'll be
Doesn't
fine.
every dad do that with their gaming systems? Like they just hand their old ones. I mean, I handed my Xbox over to my daughter.
Oh yeah,
yeah. She really broke that one.
So. But you know, it's funny too.
It was already on its last leg, bro.
She broke the controller, man.
It was wheezing.
I know it was wheezing. I could hear it wheezing. She broke the controller. I know you guys would always bitch about that. Like, dude, what's that name?
Like when he jogs down the street, it's like the fan on his Xbox. It was bad. It was scary.
Yeah, I remember. I can't remember how many times he was like, "Guys, I have to restart my Xbox." I'm like, "Oh my god."
I still have to do that when we're playing. What is it? Outriders? Oh my god!
Have you guys? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, but every time that we're playing it, and we get through like one mission, and then it boots one of us off. It'll boot me off, or a boot Speedy off.
It's just Outriders in general.
Yeah, it's just Outriders.
They just have a tough series of servers that they just haven't gotten it out. It's just funny that.
I thought it was. I just thought I was like, we were playing it that first time. I was like, man, I thought we were done. Like, I thought I was done rebooting my piece, my freaking Xbox, like every 30 minutes, trying to keep up with you two.
Oh, I see the comments. I'm still here looking at everything. So I really feel a Metal Gear Solid 2 remake could be pretty cool. We definitely love the first one, but the thing is I don't know how many iterations we can go through. Just kind of, I don't want it to feel like every console generation that comes out, we're always going to have like another iteration or another remake of something.
It's the same thing like our movie industry. They just,
true.
There's no new stuff, so let's bring back something old.
Right.
Remaster it, relaunch it, reconfigure, something into so that way they can have like their little cash cow, and so they can bring something else out.
Yeah, I mean, I you definitely have a very good, valid point, and I totally agree with you. It's definitely like kind of a cash grab. By the same token, though, I kind of feel, in essence, I didn't think about this until now, but it's also for that other generation, right? Like we had the opportunity to enjoy that game. Speedy and I, when the original Metal Gear Solid came out, I mean, we played through that game like crazy, and it was great. It was such a great game. So to have our, kids, kind of play something that we played and have that same excitement to see like what it was that made us, like so crazy about the game. And it was like, oh, this is what, daddy played. And this is, how cool it was. And there was like this, and there was this ninja, and they get to see it.
You weren't ever cool, bro. You weren't ever cool.
You know what I think? You know what I think the difference is between that time frame, and not to get like all, theoretical or like what was going on, is the fact that so much now is incorporated is online. Like everything is online. Like we have to have different online aspect. And like games are all online. Like where those games were all story or campaign driven, you got to experience it, the quality, the music, like I felt like if you played Metal Gear and Metal Gear Solid 2, like the quality and production in that were like rivaled like better than Mortal Kombat. Like if you played all that stuff together.
Oh yeah.
And even some of the films, like the last of like the games that I played on PlayStation, like just the storytelling that goes along in those sequences, they're so much better than a lot of these things out there. So I think sometimes when they rush to throw an online mode to something, I think it cheapens the rest of the game and it just doesn't allow it to put in there. So like even though, Pale's been playing a lot since he, Cyberpunk, since he came online, and then and you were such a huge backlash, obviously because of how bad the launch went, especially on the Xbox Ones, and I'll say late the past generation, not the newest generation.
Yeah,
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it.
Oh yeah, dude.
People still you guys have played a lot more than I have. People are still clamoring for oh, I want that online mode. I want that online mode. I'm like, just enjoy this.
Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah,
and then worry about that.
Yeah, I mean, from what Cyberpunk, because they just had a little bit of a press release just not to think this past week. They're talking about their future with it. They're understanding about how much that they, they're learning from their experience of how much that they rushed for it and how much glitchy it was and all that stuff. But when they actually put out the numbers of how much they made to how much they lost, it was a teardrop, dude. Nothing. They lost little, little to nothing compared to what they made off of it. But they're still pushing for. That's why they're still pushing forward for more stuff, more content.
But they're lucky though. Yeah, they're very lucky.
That's what I mean, because they had a really good storyline in it.
Oh yeah,
the game was good.
The game is good. Yeah, the game is good. I see glitching. We were just talking about this earlier. I see glitching all the time. I mean, I was I was telling you guys earlier. I went and called for my vehicle, and there it is, 40 feet up in the air, and I'm out in the desert. So. But does that piss me off? Does that mean I'm going to turn in my game? Hell no. I just think of it funny as hell.
There's a difference between having that kind of stuff and then having a game breaking. And to me, I see shit like that all the time in all kinds of games that don't get the same kind of crap put down on them because I go through a wall or something's my gun doesn't show through. I've had one even in Spider-Man, but that game is probably one of the best clean games, fluid control wise, that I've ever played. And that kind of stuff, I think Cyberpunk is getting there, but I enjoy it a lot. It is a very good game. And I just think all that bad press, it was easy for people to jump on that bandwagon of let's crap on this, but they actually delivered the content. The content's there, and that game has a ton of content.
Right.
If you're gonna play it, and then once it gets to that online mode, I see it being just like GTA was. GTA has had an afterlife like no other.
Oh yeah.
When it comes to the online play, when people talk about GTA, they very rarely ever talk about this campaign.
Oh yeah.
Play,
oh
right?
yeah.
What is it called? It's called
everything.
RC or RPC or so. Isn't it? It's some
they got,
a whole eco world.
There's real life kind of one where you only have one life in it. Yeah. Gangs rolling around. It's ridiculous. And I think Cyberpunk can get there just because it has just it's so interesting.
That's what I'm waiting for. For Cyberpunk, that's what I'm waiting for. Is for that kind of GTA lifespan.
I want some multiplayer. I want co-op. So I want us to play the deal.
That would be fun.
And that's what I'm waiting for. And the reason why I'm holding on to that game is, not holding on to it in the terms of not selling it, but just it's still on my radar, is because I did enjoy the story a lot. I thought the story was really awesome. But I'm waiting for some DLC. I can only imagine, given the time frame, for them to fix what's needed and for them to add to the story already. I'm hoping for some really good things, man, and I think they have a great potential.
I think they just got really screwed with their original delays led them into the generation gap, right?
Yeah,
the old and new, and then it forced them to build something for the new. And it's easier probably with the power and everything to build to that new than it is to build the old. Had that game come out a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years, they wouldn't have had the issues because they would have only been focusing on the previous generation. And much like those other titles, then they would focus on the upgrade for the next generation game.
They had too much. They had too much on their plate. A lot of the people give a lot of grief to the storytelling or the graphics and stuff like that. I'm like, no, if you really look into it, a lot of the problems came from the head honchos. The ones that aren't, they're making the decisions and not actually making the content itself. And they were pushing these people too much. And, but thankfully the storyline is there, the way that the game plays and everything, it's there. It's just, obviously we're going to have to wait for more updates, DLCs and everything else. So I'm still holding on to it.
All right. Man. So switching gears here, Russell Crowe.
Switch him.
Noob's favorite sweaty actor is going to be in Thor, Love, and Thunder.
Are you not entertained?
Are you not entertained?
Yeah,
Are you?
apparently he kind of slipped on this. He wasn't supposed to say like what he was going to be playing. It had been announced that he was going to be in it, but not what his character was. They didn't.
So
nobody knew.
Do you know who his character is? As I scroll for everyone else here.
So he's supposed to be playing Zeus, God of Thunder. So I don't know. I don't know
Lord of the Sky.
I don't know exactly how that's going to play out in the next movie. I mean, because the Thor movies have always been a little. No, they haven't been a little. They've been a lot different from all the rest of the kind of Marvel movies.
Was it Russell Crowe who was selling all his shit off recently?
What?
Was it
did.
Russell Crowe? The one that was selling all his shit off?
Yeah.
Because of his divorce and he had no money?
Well, that's why he jumped on the whole Marvel bandwagon, dude. He jumped on the Marvel bandwagon.
I think that's how his jock strap ended up in that last blockbuster.
What?
Have you ever seen that? That like his jock strap.
I don't want to know what you're.
Blockbuster, dude.
Oh my.
Dude, you need to watch. If you haven't watched that last blockbuster,
okay.
John Oliver, listen up. John Oliver, when Russell Crowe was selling all this shit with his divorce because he didn't have any money, he's selling all these movie props, and like one of them was like his jock strap from the Gladiator, dude.
I bet you're on eBay. I bet you're on eBay looking for it.
John Oliver bought it and was displayed it on his TV show. I love John Oliver, and then he offered to give it to the last blockbuster to display in Alaska if they called him within 24 hours. They did. They shipped that shit out there. It was on display like in a glass case. It's got like some robe, some other. It's got like 3 or 4 pieces of his movie memorabilia. And then when that Alaska one closed down, they moved it to the one that was in Idaho to be on display. But like no shit, dude. There's like pedestals in a glass case, and it's got like leather jock strap.
Hey, Speedy, we know where Palo's next vacation's gonna be.
No, like that's all you.
He's like, babe. Like, trust me.
Idaho's right here. Idaho's right here.
Sir, get your face off the glass case.
Right here.
Get your face off the glass case, sir.
Just like, like it's all sweaty. There's like a big old smear mark. But
got his mushroom stamp in there.
Wow.
Whoa.
Wow.
Halo wants a little piece of that.
Wow. I don't know if my mom was saying, "Dang, she missed it" for Russell Crowe's deal. I don't know when that comment came in. I'm a little worried. At this point.
I'm done, guys.
But,
we're out.
I'm not sure what's going on, but for Russell Crowe showed up in Thor. Like, I hope this is like his last, the last Thor movie, right? You know how kind of different it was from the pace of some of the other Marvel movies. It was kind of like that retro.
Did you like? I mean, did you guys like the last Thor movie?
Yeah, Ragnarok.
Yes, Ragnarok. Yes,
I did. Like at first, I was kind of taken back, but I actually really enjoyed the format for that movie. I thought it was really good.
It was way entertaining. It was a lot of fun, and it had a lot to honestly do with the director. What's his name? It's like
I'll look it up while you talk.
But anyway, I think his directing, and I think the way that Chris Hemsworth and the rest of the people worked well together, I think had a lot to do with that movie's success. What's his name?
The director is like Taiyaki.
Yes, Wakiti or something. Yes.
Yeah, something like that.
Dude, he's got a
It was different.
It is, and I really enjoyed it, and I'm really hoping that this one kind of takes the helm of Ragnarok and kind of carries that Thor legacy. But like you said, I wish it ends. I love Marvel movies, don't get me wrong, but I don't want to see this shit forever. You know what I'm saying? Like I need movies. But
it's gonna be a while though. I mean, come on, let's get serious, dude. They have projections all the way to like 2027 right now.
I know, but.
I mean, you're gonna be in your elderly years, and you may not remember all the movies by then. But you know,
yeah, I will know that you still have not watched one. I will know that you still have not watched one.
I've watched a movie, a Marvel movie here and there.
But taking this one like by itself, like the Thor line, like I enjoyed the last one a lot. I love the way it's just a different type of pace than some of the other movies. Marvel, unlike DC, is very meticulous when it comes to like the details in their movies, and so
Why do you get so
I'm
salty?
interested.
I know.
Why do you
man.
get so
Come
salty,
on,
Palo?
come
You know
on.
why?
I mean, it's not.
Me, I thought
why
you were talking to Speedy. It's
No,
know-
you were like this. No, you were like this. You're like,
yeah, because he's poo-pooing all over DC, and you know what?
Dude,
You know,
it's
I'm
like
kind of there.
my
It's
face-
just it pisses me off that DC and their fucking head honchos.
Does
they
it make
fucking
you
they
mad
hold
that
them
I
back.
say it?
They hold them fucking back.
Does it
Right.
does it make you mad that I say it, or does it make you mad that it's true?
Yes
Like,
to both. Yes to both.
Because like I would
it's
tell you
coming
honestly,
out of your mouth, and because it's true, shut
I
it.
would tell you my favorite superheroes are all DC. They're all DC.
That's what I'm saying.
But my favorite movies, they're like more Marvel than they are DC, other than the original Michael Keaton Batman. Like, I won't say original
Oh.
Michael Keaton Batman, but the Batman with Michael Keaton. So like that one, I
Which-
don't know if it was just because I was a kid and I was like
Michael Keaton
the
was a
movie.
good Batman.
He was.
No, he
That's what I
was.
said.
That's what he said.
I'm sorry. I thought I heard a little poo-pooing in there.
No, I
Well-
said that is by far my favorite one.
Okay.
So,
And
I thought Noob was gonna say George Clooney was his
No.
favorite one.
well,
like
the bat
those
nipples are different. It's
the bad
different.
nipples were
It's
good,
different.
so-
It's different. It's aesthetic. It's all aesthetic.
I did
But-
find out something just recently. Did you know all the Batmans were Jordans?
Wait, what?
Their boots, the boots for Batman, they're actually Jordan shoes, like Jordans.
Oh, really?
Like they had a deal with Nike to produce something in during the first Batman, and so what they did is they created like this thing that comes
Like an
over
overlay?
the top of them,
Yeah.
overlay. But his
Yeah.
boots are not boots; they're Jordans.
oh,
Nike
wow.
shoes.
I didn't know. I
Yeah.
knew that they were shoes, but I didn't know that they were exactly Jordan.
So,
They're
so one
Jordans.
thing that we heard was this not true that
No-
Michael
no
Keaton is going to
Clooney.
reprise is going
Yes.
to reprise his role in the new
Yes.
Flash movie?
and he's gonna be all suited up.
That's going to be fucking amazing. I'm
So-
definitely looking forward to
Such
that.
a
Clooney over
betrayal.
Kilmer, you know,
No, it's such a no.
I have to say
You're
no.
You're gonna stay over
They're
there in
both
your room.
bad. They're both bad.
They were both bad, but if you gave me a choice to choose
No.
one, I really
go
have to say Kilmer.
Yeah.
I would have to say Kilmer,
because-
too.
Only because I loved Kilmer and Jim Carrey's presence. I loved
Yes,
them in the movie, and that is the reason why. Clooney, oh man, Clooney's so
No.
dry.
Yeah. No,
In the nipples,
he's
he's just excited
was-
all the time. He's excited all the time. Like
something tells me
You
that the
remember-
only
you
reason
remember
that
in
you
the
watched
movie-
it was because of the nipples.
Remember
the rooms
when
were not
George
cold. The
remember when
rooms were
George
not cold.
when George Clooney as Batman was having a discussion with Robin and he fucking pulls out "Never Leave Home Without It" and he pulls out the back card. I'm like, God, how Speedy? Because we went to the theaters to go watch this shit, bro. And we were into this shit. Why, man? Why? Oh my God! If only our future selves would have come back in time and said, "Whoosh."
The only
Stop.
thing I can say
Just
to
stop.
Jess is that I would have Clooney probably over Pattison right now without having
Lies,
to-
dark and brooding. Hello,
Oh.
dark and brooding from where? It was
That's-
Joel
that's-
Schumacher.
Oh.
That movie had more neon lights than fucking.
I would take the Times Square Batman running around right now taking pictures of people over Pattison right now.
Yeah, I would take the
Damn.
1966 version of Batman over Clooney. Okay, any day of the week.
So
Oh man,
He's all hurt.
back to Russell. I just hope Russell's getting tight. He's getting fit. Because the last couple of photos I saw of him, he looked like me. So
no. Hey,
Oh
have you
my
seen his?
God.
Have you seen his last movie called Unhinged?
no, I haven't seen that one.
So that was a
Do
creepy.
you recommend it?
No.
Okay.
It's
I might
We'll
it's,
watch
watch
enter-
it. We
I
might
mean,
watch
I might
it.
watch it.
it's entertaining. It's entertaining, but it's very linear, and I mean, it's just him pissed off. It's just him pissed off. I mean, it's you guys have to really check it out. But I was like,
A movie
oh my
called
God, because
Unhinged,
he gained a lot of weight for that role, and I was like, damn, like he went
Did he
from
gain
like
weight for that role, or was he already that size and he was just like, this role fits me, so I might as well do it?
that's a good question. I don't know. I'd have to look
Because
at
when
IMDb
he-
for that
when he was-
info.
When he was selling the jock strap for his stuff, he looked like me in a polo that was too tight.
Hey, but the kicker is when he was selling it, he sat a picture of him wearing it, letting everyone know this is what you're gonna get.
He's
Speedy,
like
you must
sweating.
have like one of those like wavy mirrors that's just telling you all the wrong things, man. All the wrong things. It's just nope.
Is it
nope,
though?
nope.
Oh,
Is it?
No,
Is
it's even more. It's even more sick that you're saying. Is it? You
Is
guys are
it?
blood.
Is it?
Is it?
So
Is it?
also on the movie scene, talking about some movies, we do have The Conjuring. The Devil Made Me Do It.
This looks like a little freaky.
Can we check some of this out without the?
I'm gonna let it play. Can y'all hear
Let
it?
it play.
I can't hear
Can y'all
nothing.
hear it?
No,
Okay,
no.
good. So then we're good. So let's. So
This is a new one coming out, ladies and
I love
gentlemen.
the Conjuring line of movies. They're creepy as fuck.
I think I've only seen the first one.
What?
Oh, dude, I've seen like
seen
two
all
of
of
them at
them.
least. I've seen two of them. But
You're
I just
Ralph.
love.
You're Ralph.
I love this
your
because,
wife has seen them. Pello.
Yeah, and I had
you
to
just
watch
sit
it with
there.
her.
You just sit there.
What
It's not by
do?
choice.
I sat there and watched it.
Hey,
Does she
let's
put
check
you
it
in a
out.
corner? Blink your
Yeah,
eyes
yeah.
a little bit if you're in trouble.
Let's see. So these ones
Waiting
do
for
have
the
the
fist to
exact
come
same
flying.
actors portraying the actual.
So these are based off of real events.
Yes.
So you need to put up her comment right there. It's kind of true.
They gave the
I don't
trailer
know.
too much of the
I
movie.
mean, we're not gonna watch the whole trailer because then YouTube's gonna come after us, and
Shut the
they're always little bees about this. So
I
this
mean,
movie, they're just creepy as fuck, dude. They're creepy. They're so creepy, man. I
mean,
love
Yeah,
like,
but the reason that I like The Conjuring is that it's not like these other like scary movies where it's all about the jump scare. Like that's all the new movies nowadays. It's all about the jump scare. There's no
when does it
content,
come
there's-
out? Let's see.
No, go ahead, Ralph.
Go ahead,
Palo.
Palo.
No.
It's creepy.
It's in theaters and HBO Max on June 4th. You can take a look at the new
June
Conjuring.
4.
So
June 4.
if you guys don't have that HBO
So
Max,
I will
definitely
be-
get it. But
Me and
I
the wife will
don't
be watching it June 4th.
I don't watch it. Yeah, you didn't watch Mortal Kombat, but you watched that because the wife wants to. You know,
Hey.
here's your sack. Here's the jar that I have.
Whoa.
Okay? And it's like it's going in there, you know, in that jar, you know. So check this out though. For real. I don't watch any horror movies because of Brandon. So and you know, the wife and I want to have a horror night because dude, there are a lot of horror movies that I want to see, but I just do not watch any around him.
I want to,
you know, and I try only
shit.
And no, I really don't, dude. The only thing he's seen was It, but he liked Pennywise, but that's it. That was it.
It's back to his favorite color, blood, right?
Yeah, we won't go into that.
He's fine. He's fine.
And I'm like,
you.
And I'm like, you know what? We can't.
No, but
just
we
today
talked about this whole scary thing, and that you like shiver your boots with scary movies. That's what I've heard.
You're too scared. I'm too scared. The real me. Don't tell them. Don't tell them.
Dude, they're freaky. Okay, so let me ask you this question then. Have you ever watched a movie and it creeped the shit out of you so bad that you were just like kind of freaking out?
Oh yes.
What movie?
Oh my god, what was the name of that movie
like
with
The Haunting?
No. Was it The Nun? The witch. See, here's the thing. That one, and I think
was
it's
with The
called
Conjuring.
Yes, and there's another one called
like the whole
The Ritual.
Conjuring, right?
There was one called The Ritual with Sir Anthony Hopkins, right?
Come on, you're supposed to be our top tier, player blockbuster.
The Ritual. It's with the Anthony Hopkins. That one I believe was based on true events. What honestly gets me, it's not horror movies in general. I have a huge fascination with any kind of horror movies that revolve around the ritual kind of realm, where it's all like, you know, Catholic Church, you know, priests, you know, things like that have like these prophetic or like, you know, demon kind of things. Like that shit really gets to me. But I love those kind of movies. I love those.
Ghost Whispers. That's what you said.
Oh, The Right. That's what it's called. The Right. There you go. Right. Thanks, Jess, for looking it up, because I know if we were one-on-one, you wouldn't be able to get it. I know she looked it up. Look over, Ralph. Palo. She looked it up.
No, she did.
You're such a fucking liar. You're such a fucking liar, man.
Hey, I have to. She's in the next room. and I have to go and lay next to her at night. So of course I'm gonna agree with her.
Based on true events, yeah. You like the paranormal stuff down? Yeah, I love it too. I get really creeped out. See, she's laughing. She knows. She looked it up. I get really creeped out by that stuff, but it's also so interesting. So, being that we're speaking of this, do you guys know the origin of Chucky, the doll?
No.
All right, well, I got too long to talk about that. but there's an actual doll.
Wasn't there an actual doll? Yeah.
Yeah, it's in Mexico. And you can go and see it to this day. It's like in this museum, and they have it in there. But there is a huge disclaimer on the wall that says, do not laugh at it, do not mock it, do not say anything to it, because apparently the superstition around it is that if you do something like that, something bad will happen to you. And the only reason why they say that is because around the floor of where that doll is are thousands of letters from people who had like mocked the doll, said shit in front of it or whatever, and stuff started happening to them. So they wrote to ask it to take the curse off. But apparently and I don't fuck with shit like that. Like, if you tell me don't say anything, I'm not gonna say shit. Dude, I'm not gonna say shit.
Like when people are like playing with Ouija boards.
No, fuck that.
Nope.
No, that's stupid. This is Robert the doll. That's Robert the doll. There you go, Sandy.
Okay, Sandy got it right. Okay.
Yes.
So, like The Conjuring, like those types of movies scared the freak out of me. Like,
yeah, man.
God, what was the one where it was like filmed from like a personal viewpoint? Like it was of the cameras, and it was supposed to be like
the Blair Witch.
Are you talking about the Blair Witch?
No, not the Blair Witch. The one that came later. It was like at that house where like this couple had just moved into a house or something, and that like freaky shit was happening throughout the movie, like throughout the
Sinister?
house. No, Sinister's a good one too, but
is that the one?
Come on, wife, comment. You should know this.
Is that the one where the song came from?
No. But thank you for that.
Shit's gonna scream me tonight. What the fuck was that?
It's quite nice. You have such a lovely voice. I know it doesn't matter. It's the one where like they're filming, like they have like they set up cameras and like you see something
paranormal activity.
Paranormal activity, yes. When that one came out, I saw that one by myself, and I was living alone at the time when I was in the military. I walked in, the door was open and everything. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna close these doors tonight. Restroom, closet, room, locked every fucking door. And I'm like, that creeped me out. Like, even though I know that wasn't real.
Delio won there.
Good job. 10 points.
Yep.
Oh, man,
PD described every single scary movie. Yes.
Ask her if she wants to watch a scary movie. She's like, I don't want to open those portals. She's like, I don't want to do it.
No, it's really funny. It's really funny.
I'm saying, so what we need to do June 4th is that we need to have a watch party. We need to have a watch party.
Movie watch party.
So it's funny because Steph, when we watch, if we get a chance to watch scary movies and what we did before, I couldn't go anywhere. So if it was like a Friday night, normally we watch a movie and then I'd go game or whatever. She'd be like, "No, you're not gaming. You're going straight to bed, or you're going to be right next to me because once we watch a scary movie, she's like, you have to be right here."
See, and
they're freaky, dude. Like,
it's like my wife.
Poltergeist as a kid. I don't know. Okay. You know what movie messed it up? Thanks, Mom. It's when I saw Christine. That was the first scary movie I ever saw as a kid. The Car, Stephen King.
Oh, yes.
Life. We lived like on the 3rd floor of an apartment complex, and I was like creeping out, looking at the windows, looking at all of them, trying to make sure they weren't coming at me. That movie scared the shit out of me as a kid.
Do you remember when we saw Pumpkinhead?
That too.
Pumpkinhead.
We had trouble with that one too. If I remember, we heard someone trying to break in the house.
Me and Speedy were watching it late one night, right? And of course, my father's like, don't be watching anything, crazy or whatnot. We're like, yeah, we're good. So we see this Pumpkinhead and we're checking it out and we're watching it. Fucking the ironic events that took place were just so funny in retrospect. But at the time, we were like, what the fuck is that? The movie had finished, and all of a sudden, we had a stairway that went up to the 2nd floor, and we heard this boom on our window. And I was like, what is that? And I was like, holy shit. And we ran up to my dad's room, and I was telling him, I was like, Dad, I need to come check this shit out, because I don't know what the fuck is there, right? Like, I'm like, get your ass out. And he's like, what'd you hear? And I was like, there's something banging on the window, and we didn't check it. We're like, nah, fuck that. We're gonna go check, right? Well, it ended up being a cat. But it was so funny though, because we had just finished watching a fucking horror movie. Goddamn cat is hitting on the shit. We're like, what is that? We're like freaking out. Oh my god! His
dad comes down with like a baseball bat, ready to fuck up somebody.
And he's like, and then he's like, what were y'all watching? And I was like, nah, we were just watching.
We're watching Real Sex on HBO.
Who wasn't? Watching Squiggly Lines.
Oh my god!
We're watching
Roadhouse. Watch Roadhouse.
Getting awkward.
Oh man, so funny, man. So funny. Those are some of the best times. So all right, guys. So what else do we have? I think that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Just wrapping it up. Out there. Guys,
somebody didn't write the script.
Yeah, checking the Game Pass for those on the gaming side. Check your Game Pass. There's a lot of stuff that's out there. The beta went out this past week.
Grand Theft Auto 5 is now on Xbox Game Pass now. So
there you go. So get your shooting on, to all your hookers, and stealing people's money and heading them. I mean, that's what you do in Grand Theft Auto. You beat up hookers. And you shoot people for their money.
Well, it's better. Yeah, I guess Speedy's gonna be picking that one up, because he doesn't. That's why you don't pay. No. That's why you don't pay Cyberpunk, because you can't do that in freaking Cyberpunk. Says like, oh, I'm gonna go to Grand Theft Auto and I'm gonna start shooting random people.
Yeah, I guess Palo would be the one who'd pick up the hooker and take the hooker to her house. I'm assuming he'd be the nice guy. Let me take you to your house. Where do you live?
I am the nice. Well, I am the nice.
Let me take you to the clinic. Let me take you to the clinic. What else do you need? Let me take you shoe shopping.
Yeah.
You want me to power wash your corner down for you so it's a little bit cleaner? So GTA is out on Game Pass. Check your emails for those that are excited that have the Ultimate Pass 2. Betas went out for the being able to play xCloud. I got mine. Little controls a little janky, so we'll see how that kind of works out. Also on the PlayStation side, if you haven't looked, the Play at Home just released on the 19th. What was it? Horizons. What was the game called?
Horizon Dawn.
Great game. I don't know. I just heard a lot of things about it. They also have massive sales up to 75%. So get your gaming on.
That's right.
That's all I got.
That's all we got. We'll drop the mic.
Close it out.
Peace out, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope everyone has a good night. We are out of here. Hold on. Fading away.
Thanks, guys.
Dumbass.